Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to school. I'm Mr. Presley here with you. Hey, happy spring break. I hope you had a great week off and you're ready to come back for a great week of learning. Today is Monday, April 10th. Already April 10th, believe it or not. April 10th, 2023. We're glad you're back with us for a day of learning. Hi, Mrs. Shepherd. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Hey, as we get started on this magnificent Monday for learning, on our lunch menu today, we've got whole grain cheese tortellinis with seasoned corn, or you can have a sun butter and grape jelly sandwich. Please remember to take a fruit and a vegetable with every school meal. Also, just a reminder for you, soar, right? That's what we do at Fryelands. We soar. Falcons, every day, it's a great day to be a falcon. And as falcons, we soar. So that means we are safe. We own our actions, both in the classroom, meaning we get right to work, we get our work done, we work hard, we're learning. That's why we're here at Fryelands. That O part of ownership. The A, right up here, the A is for acceptance, accepting other people, including others. And then the R is for respect. So if you look at our hallway, in our hallway, we want a voice level of a 1. 0 is no talking. A 1 is a whisper. So if you're talking in the hallway, you want to be at a whisper, because sometimes kids are learning outside in the hallway, right? Okay, so that's a 1. So in the hallways, we want a 1 level voice. Also, our expectation is to walk in the hallway. We also want to make sure we're keeping our hands and feet to ourselves, and we want to stay to the right. So when you stay to the right, then the other people walking on the left side of you, they're staying to the right, and that way we can walk by each other. We also want to stay in one line, so that everyone can have a chance to get by each other. Think about that also at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, we should be staying to the right so that people can walk by and we're not kind of having to weave in and out of people. Ownership. We walk directly to where we are supposed to go. So if we're supposed to be going to the restroom or to the office or the health room, we go right there where we're supposed to go, and we follow the directions. Acceptance is set a good example, right? If you're a student and you're doing the right thing, you're setting a good example and being a role model for others to follow. Hi, Mrs. Young.
Good morning.
Hey, happy first day back from spring break.
Thank you.
You ready for a great day of learning?
I am.
I am too.
I am.
Did you have a good spring break?
I did.
I did too. Boys and girls, did you have a good spring break? I hope you did. We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. So set a good example, stay in line, watch others, smile at others, right? That's how we accept others. And then respect. Let's have quiet voices because others are learning. And remember, others are learning in the hallways or around in our classroom. So we want to make sure that we're being mindful of that. All right, that's how you soar when you're in the hallway at Fryelands. So keep that in mind as we come back. I know coming back on the first day after being off for a week, we need some reminders sometimes, right? So please help us follow these expectations, and we're giving you those reminders this week to help you with that. Hey, you know what? I've got one birthday to announce for today on our first day back. Happy birthday today to Victor Tarasoff. Happy birthday, Victor. You can come on down and pick out of the birthday bucket this morning. We hope you have an awesome day today on your birthday, first day back. And guess what? Right before break, we had SOAR tickets from the end of the week. So I want to make sure that I announce these names that I pulled out this morning for SOAR tickets. So if you hear your name, come on down to get a brag tag or a bracelet. So these students' names were pulled out right at the end, the Friday before break, right? So here we go. Mrs. Adams' class, we have Anna. And also for Mrs. Adams' class, we have Cora. Also soaring right before break from Mrs. BP's class, we have Liam. From Mrs. Shepherd's class, we have Amy. Also from Mrs. Shepherd's class, we have Sven. Soaring right before break, we had from Mrs. Veely's class, Maggie. As well as from Mrs. Veely's class, we had Jarrett. Soaring from Mrs. Fungoni's class, we had Liam and Lucian from Mrs. Fungoni's class. Then from Ms. Schott's class, we have Amy. From Mrs. Shinstrom's class, we have Chloe. As well as from Mrs. Shinstrom's class, we have Sophia. Then from Miss Young's class, we have Bradley. Also soaring from Mrs. Young's class right before the break, besides Bradley, we had Zara. Then in Mrs. Gillespie's class, we have Sailor, as well as Colin from Mrs. Gillespie's class. Then for Mrs. Burrow's class upstairs, we have Rosa. And we have Nora soaring from Mrs. Burrows' class. Then in Miss Haynes' class, we have Lucas soaring right before break. Great job. In Mrs. Tenney's class, we have Mason, as well as Raina soaring from Mrs. Tenney's class. From Mrs. Fuller's class, we have Logan. Great job. And also from Mrs. Fuller's class, we have Sadie. Great job soaring right before break. Also from Miss Gadd's class, we have Addie. For Miss Gadd's class, we have Chloe with a Y. For Mrs. Harper's class, we have Zoe, as well as Vance for Miss Harper's class. For Miss Carlson's class, we have Bradley soaring, as well as Eli soaring. Great job, guys. From Miss Slater's class, we have Caitlin soaring right before break. And then for Mrs. Sager's class, we have Cameron soaring. And the last Falcon soaring whose name was picked out is Scarlett from Miss Sager's class. So congratulations to all those students soaring right before our spring break. Let's all soar today, boys and girls. Let's have a great day of learning. Remember, at Fryelands Elementary School, we respect everyone's feelings and property and their right to learn and be safe. Have a wonderful day, boys and girls, and always remember, your Fryelands family cares about you. Teachers, please lead your students in the Pledge of Allegiance. Remember the expectations in the hallway, boys and girls? Voice level 1. Let's soar today like falcons do. It's always a great day to be a falcon. See you soon.